The tragic story of Deborah Yakubu, a life cut short by mob violence. On May 12, 2022, Nigeria woke up to yet another act of religious intolerance and brutality, one that will shake the conscience of the nation. The victim was Deborah Samuel Yakubu, a young, vibrant, and ambitious student at Shehu Shagari College of Education in Sokoto. She was just in her second year, studying home economics, full of dreams and hopes for a better future. But in a matter of hours, those dreams were snuffed out in the most horrific way imaginable. She was dragged, beaten, stoned, and burnt alive, all because of a voice note she sent in a WhatsApp group. A misunderstood message. It all started in an ordinary class WhatsApp group chat, created for students to share academic materials and discuss coursework. But as often happens, the group began to be flooded with religious messages and debates. Deborah, frustrated that the group was losing focus, voiced her displeasure. She reportedly sent an audio message saying, "This group was created for academic purposes, not religious nonsense. Why are you always sending religious messages?" To some of her Muslim classmates, her words were offensive and blasphemous. They claimed she had insulted Prophet Muhammad, something that, in their eyes, was an unforgivable crime. Almost instantly, whispers of blasphemy spread across the campus like wildfire. Deborah had no idea that her simple frustration over academic distraction would cost her life. The mob gathers. What started as angry murmurs quickly escalated into something far more dangerous. A mob of students, their anger fueled by religious zeal and mob mentality, surrounded her, demanding punishment. Some of her classmates, people she had sat next to in lectures, people she had shared meals and study sessions with, were now shouting for her death. Sensing danger, her friends and lecturers tried to intervene. They hurriedly escorted her to the school security post for protection, hoping the authorities would calm the situation. But the mob was growing, restless, and hungry for blood. They forced their way into the security building, overpowering the guards. Deborah screamed, pleaded, and fought to break free, but there was no escape. They dragged her outside into the open courtyard, where more students had gathered, some even filming the chaos on their phones. What followed next was a horror too painful to describe. A brutal murder. The first slap landed on her face. Then another. Then the punches came. She was thrown to the ground, her cries drowned out by the chanting mob. Then came the stones, large, jagged rocks hurled at her again and again, striking her body, her head, her face. Blood poured from her wounds, yet she still clung to life. But they were not done. Someone brought a large stick, hitting her until she could no longer move. Another person poured petrol over her battered body, and within seconds, flames erupted, consuming her completely. Deborah burned alive as her killers cheered and recorded on their phones. A young woman, someone's daughter, someone's sister, someone's friend, was reduced to ashes before the eyes of the world. Outrage and silence. The news spread like wildfire. Videos of the lynching went viral, triggering shock, horror, and deep sorrow. Many Nigerians, especially Christians, were outraged. How could this happen in broad daylight, in a school, among educated people? The Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, condemned the killing, calling it barbaric and unjustifiable. Human rights activists demanded swift action, justice for Deborah, and an end to religious violence. But in Sokoto, the reaction was different. Some Muslim groups justified her killing, saying blasphemy should not be tolerated. Some praised the killers, while others protested against the arrest of the suspects, calling them heroes defending Islam. The Nigerian government, as expected, released the usual empty statements condemning the violence, but did little to ensure justice. 2 suspects were arrested, but no one truly believed justice would be served. In Nigeria, history had shown time and time again that in cases like this, the killers walk free. A family's endless pain. In her quiet home, Deborah's family mourned in silence. Her parents, once full of pride for their daughter's future, were now grief-stricken and heartbroken. Their daughter had gone to school to learn, to build a future, but instead, she had been murdered by those she thought were her classmates. Her mother wept, unable to comprehend how the child she raised with love and faith could be taken in such a cruel way. Her father, a simple man with no power, no influence, could do nothing but bury what was left of his daughter. Their pain had no end, and no justice. A nation's shame. Deborah's death exposed the deep divisions within Nigeria between religious intolerance and justice, between faith and extremism, between humanity and cruelty. Her story was not just about blasphemy, but about a country where human life had lost its value. She was a student, a daughter, a victim of ignorance and fanaticism. And today, her name remains a painful reminder of what Nigeria has become and what it has failed to be. Deborah deserved to live. But she was failed by her classmates, her school, and her country. She was just 22 years old. May her soul rest in peace.